The Quiz On podcast is brought to you by the Flamingo Fund, supporting LGBTQ+ projects, organisations and initiatives. To find out more, head to flamingoscoffeehouse.co.uk/the Flamingo Fund.
Hello and welcome back to the Quiz On podcast with me, Alex Mitchell.
And me, Hollie Noble.
This week we are joined by another fantastic guest remotely. I'm very excited about this one because he's a very good friend of mine and also, I would say, the maker of chaos. And I'm so excited. We don't know how this is going to go. Everywhere I go with this man, something insane happens. So I'm very excited. Please welcome to the podcast, Benny Shakes.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It's exciting. We're thrilled to have you. Now, before we get into it, we always, when we have a guest, we go ask, where are you and what are you drinking? So where are you, Benny?
I'm in Nottingham and I'm drinking a cup of tea.
Ooh.
Wow. How distinctly British of you.
Well, I was bottle fed it when I was a kid, so yeah.
When
No
did you
way.
grow up? The war? What's that about?
What?
My granddad about stick a tea in it, so yeah.
Okay, fair play. I mean, it is also a pleasure to see you not. I'm not making out you've got a problem, but it's a pleasure to see you not drinking alcohol. Every time, the last sort of six times I've seen you, you have been distinctly, I would say, shit-faced, mate. And it's been great fun. It's been great fun every time. I particularly enjoyed the Edinburgh Festival last year. We went to a party, which was, I think the opening time for the party was like 8 o'clock. I arrived just after 8. Benny had been there since 7, right, is what I'd heard. I got there, and as I walked through the door, I was like, oh, it's a who's who of British comedy. I was really nervous. I was quite worried. I walked in at the same time with like Catherine Bohart and Sophie Duker, who I'm massive fans of. So I didn't know how it was going to go. And I walked in, and Benny saw me and from across the room shouted, Mitchell, you cunt. really laughed. At which point, someone behind me, it may have been like Nicholas, shouted, Benny, you twat, which I really enjoyed.
Amazing.
It was an incredible day. I had a great time. And then the main question of the podcast comes from Hollie, and that comes from Hollie now. What's your question this week, Hollie?
How do you think Donald Duck identifies sexually?
Oh, that's a good question because he's very, yeah, I reckon he's gay.
He's got a
Wow.
wife, eh?
As
You
he,
should say that.
yeah, but you can look. I've been bisexual all my life, and I've just come out the last 3 years, and yeah. People hide it. It was the 80s. No, Donald Duck was born in the 70s, so...
Really?
Yeah, that poor guy's seen some shit. That's he's been closeted for a while. He's seen some shit. He's seen the world change as Donald Duck, and people forget that famously.
At the farm, we had a turkey. They are still there, but they identified as they until they got 3 girlfriends and now he's he.
Sorry, the turkey.
The turkey at the farm.
Exactly.
Go get what farm, Benny? What are you talking about, you madman? Did you work on a farm? You work on a farm?
I work on a farm.
I knew that.
I didn't know you were a farmer, Benny.
Yeah, I maintain 48 acres.
Jesus Christ! and you've got non-binary turkeys. This is incredible.
Yeah.
All of this is insane. Why have I never heard this before?
I thought you knew.
No, do you know when I started the podcast and I said this man is the creator of chaos? This is what I'm talking about. Just in the middle of a conversation, Ben will just drop, yeah, I'm a farmer and I've got non-binary turkeys. Like, what the fuck? Hey, everything about this man is insane. So when you're not looking after non-binary turkeys, Benny, what is it? You are a fantastic stand-up comedian. You also run a lot of kids shows, which is very exciting. And most recently, and most weirdly, you are an internet sensation. You are viral on social media for building Lego as best you can.
Yes, Lego.
Right.
Yeah, I got bored over Christmas, so my girlfriend bought me some Lego to switch off. And then I made, instead of enjoying it, I've turned another hobby into work.
Yes.
Yeah.
That age-old thing that we all do. Yeah.
So you started over Christmas, and then you started filming yourself building Lego, and then live streaming it, and suddenly, like, you got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers online just watching you, in the nicest way possible, struggle to build Lego.
Yeah. So, 2 nights ago, I'm not going to get it because I'll break it again. It's a little cleaning cart, and I was struggling to put the mop bucket on. And next thing I know, there's 200 people watching me put this mop bucket on the
Wow.
body. And it's like, look, if it pays, I'll take it.
Well done.
It does feel almost like, do you think people are watching because they're interested in Lego, or do you think, and I can say this as a fellow disabled comedian, or do you think people are watching it because they like watching you struggle? What do you think is the draw?
Alex.
I think, I think it's a bit of both.
I just like the idea that Benny is profiting off ableism. Someone who's done a lot of good work for charity, advocacy work. I love that he's profiting off ableism. I think that is, do you know what? That's the aim, really, isn't it? You do enough charity work that eventually you can profit off ableism. Brilliant. That's got to be the aim for all of us.
Definitely. It's like, I've come off benefits, my savings are running out, so that other people pay my wages.
Congratulations, honestly. You're an inspiration to all of us.
You're an inspiration to all of us who are just getting by. Every time I see you, Benny, you have like started on a different new project. You are just that type of person where life never stops or stands still. It is either comedy or now building Lego on social media or the kids shows, or you run lots of not just comedy nights but other nights as well. All fantastic charity work. I mean, I just don't know how you juggle it. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Because of my mental health, I find if I take a day or 2 days and do nothing, my mind gets evil with me, and then it puts me down, and then I go in the tablet drawer and I'm like, what tablets could I take now?
Oh my god!
Sorry, but I'm just saying that is why I keep busy, to keep the mind tired so it doesn't think bad thoughts. So you asked the
I did ask the question. I did ask the question, but I also think you're the only person in the world who can make overdating somehow joyous. I go in the drawer, I have a peruse, I see what's available. Like, it's, Postman Pat, like, what was going on there? Like, it's such a weird vibe. But I fully understand what you're saying. I fully understand what you're saying. I
Yeah.
think having that busy mind. I mean, me and Hollie are the same. How do you think this podcast started? That's what this is. This is a passion project for us. Why do we do remote episodes now? Because it means we can do even more at random points in the week. It's like so we are exactly the same. We always pick up projects and stuff. But yeah, it is absolutely. I mean, incredible how you juggle with these things. And you've been juggling these for a long time. You've been in the industry a little while now. How many years would you say you've been sort of in showbiz, in entertainment?
It's in 6 years. I started in 2009, 19. So,
Right, okay, yeah. So yeah, well, you went through COVID as well. That's brutal.
yeah, and I gigged through COVID.
In person or online, Benny? Were you breaking the rules?
Online, I made quite a lot of money online. So.
Wow.
Always comes back to the money with Benny Shakes. That's what
Sorry, you have to. Do you really think I can afford these Lego sets without money? Come on. I know my girlfriend's well off, but she doesn't. I'm not a kept man.
I mean, you also say you talk about you've been in the industry for 6 years now. You've worked on lots and lots of different projects that are very exciting. You also talk about you've just mentioned to us you came out as bisexual within the last 3 years. I've known you for those 3 years, and I'll be 100% honest with you. I was unaware that that you were bisexual. I genuinely didn't know, and I think it's a really interesting thing. I think for you, like, did coming out, or how did that process of coming out affect you, sort of personally, as well as sort of within the industry? But how did it take its toll on you personally? You've talked about your mental health.
It was wonderful how I came out. I came out in front of all of us disabled comedians on Zoom, and they just went, "We know." And I'm like, we know. And I'm like, "That was, yeah." So, and then I don't really tell everyone, so it's not something other people know. But if someone asks, I'll go, "Yeah, I'm bi, I'm pansexual." Yeah, my sexuality's always been up and down. It doesn't help I have to have testosterone injections, so yeah, but I'm happy with Jess as a trans woman, and yeah, we don't know how long we've been together, but we reckon 2 years. I don't know. She don't know and I don't. So.
I think that's quite refreshing that neither of you know. I think that's quite nice. I think that just shows how sort of relaxed and how just comfortable in the relationship both you are. That, like, it doesn't matter how long we've been together, we're happy. I think that's really nice.
Yeah. Were you together when you came out?
No.
Or were you single? No.
I came out over lockdown. She came out over lockdown. She was fighting gremlins, like, yeah. So she started transitioning, and I met her on Zoom gig with Rosie Jones, And I
Wow.
saw her, and I'm like, I'm gonna date you one day. So,
That's
Oh,
great. And
I
also,
love
can we?
that.
I think if there's an award for both most camp and most disabled story ever told on the podcast, I met my partner through doing a gig for Rosie Jones. It is wonderful.
yeah,
That's absolutely wonderful. That's great. That's great. And I think, like, I suppose you talk about when you came out and you told, a group of disabled comedians, all of which are your friends, and you talk to them and they go, "We know." Is that sort of is that best case scenario? That kind of
yeah,
sounds like ideal. Like,
yeah, it
yeah.
is.
I mean,
Yeah,
I talk about it a lot. I joke about it on stage. I don't know who was surprised when I said when I came out. I remember it's like, okay, my mum says all the time. I remember coming out to my mum and being like, "Mum, I'm bisexual." And I think I was quite young, so I literally just turned to my mum and went, "Yeah, I like boys." And my mum turned around and went, "Well, you know, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Like, I still love you. That doesn't bother me." And then I went, "Okay." I went, "Are you surprised?" And she went, "The first, she went, 3 years ago, you told me if you were going to have a dog, you wanted a Chihuahua. We always knew."
oh,
So it's, I think it's quite nice. Those ideas are quite refreshing. And what we're here to talk about today, as well as what's also again quite refreshing, is we're here to talk about advocacy. That's our
yeah,
topic for today. I mean, you do a lot of phenomenal work, Benny, for the disabled community, and work on a lot of projects that are, um, very important and do so much good work. And for you, could you just sort of explain some of the projects you do and why you do them? Things like disabled cards, those kind of things.
again, the same all counts. It was Steve Day who designed it. I first time went to Edinburgh. I did every gig when I was there with him, and I'm like, he's got a good name, and I really wish he would take it on the road. And then that Christmas, Mark went, "You do know Steve's giving up Edinburgh." And I'm like, "Really? Are you going to ask him to take disabled cans?" And he went, "I might do." And I thought, "Mark, I love you to bits, but if you're going to do it, do it." I waited 2 months and I asked Steve myself, and we took it on together. And I'm like, we can do more here. So now I've took it on because Mark's got Laugh Able, and I take it round festivals. We've got a home in Leicester at James Bistro. We've got a home in Nottingham at the Vat and Fiddle. And it's just there for disabled people and non-disabled people to practice their craft. I'm not
Mm.
gonna lie, we don't get a great audience, but everyone who has gigged there has gone, "I don't care. It's your
Yeah.
nights are one of them nights. If there's one person, it feels like there's 1,000 people in the room."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not one of them gigs you turn up, there's a bloke on the front row, he doesn't laugh. We try and help
Yeah.
people.
It's a wonderful thing. So it highlights the work of disabled people. Disabled comedians get the opportunity to perform as well as other disabled performers. And what's really important about it, you say it's about practicing your craft and you don't get a big audience, but that's fine because what it is, for a lot of people, a lot of disabled comedians, their first gigs are with disabled cast, right?
Yeah.
And the really exciting thing about that and the really important thing about that is because traditionally these sort of the open mic venues for comedy or the new acts nights for comedy are in small rooms that are not accessible at all,
Yeah.
right? I can't think of a new acts, new material night in Leeds that is accessible. I can think of one that's accessible, and we have hundreds in the city, right? And that's a serious issue. It means the barriers for disabled performers are always there. What Disabled Cants is doing is taking down those barriers and letting disabled people perform, which is such an important thing to highlight and give. And I think you pour your heart into it and a lot of work into it. I mean, why for you do you put all that energy into it? Why do you care about it so much?
Because I've been on benefits. I still get judged today. I'm not speaking to Benny. I'm going to speak to someone who speaks proper because Benny's thick. No. My journey, I'm nearly there. I've got my own business. It's not making a profit, but I've got my own business. So I've got Susanna to help me follow my dreams. And I said to her, right, let's help others. Let's teach them the mistakes I've made so they don't have to feel like they want to give up or in the situation where a violent audience nearly beats you up. So, yeah, you left that night before that happened.
Yeah, I was on first. I guessed that I with the room. I left immediately after. Hey,
You left
don't lie to
the
me, Benny. It wasn't my fault he kicked off.
Yeah, so I wanted to help others like Hollie. A year ago, I had you on and you weren't sure about your show and I'm
You
like,
helped,
look,
yeah.
girl, you've got the skills, now fucking fly. And you've done amazing. And yeah, people back in the day, they would go, oh, she's gone up and I've been here longer. No, you're all on your own journey. I
Yeah.
could get more gigs if I had the energy to email hundreds of white blokes, but I just can't be bothered.
You helped me so much that day, Benny. Like, I was, for context, I was really panicking because I was doing my show for the first time, and I spoke to Benny about it at a gig, and he was just like, just gave me like the best advice and just properly like talked me down, didn't you? And then I was like, oh, do you know what? I think I can do this. Then I went on to win some awards for it, so you know.
Benny is the absolute king of the pep talk. So we're young comics in this industry, and it's people like you who've shaped us, but not just us. So many other disabled and neurodiverse comics you're helping shape and give the opportunities to. I mean, mate, what you do is incredibly special and something that you should be very proud of. I've been very proud to be involved with, and it's it's
Yeah.
incredibly special. Man. It's incredible.
But I won't be one of them blokes go, I made that happen to Hollie. I made that. It's not about me. It's about you guys doing well. Because if you do well, I feel better, and then I will do more work. So it's a circle of life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. But and say if we didn't have people like you, we wouldn't be able to do what we are. So it's a huge, and it's not just. I guess you're right. You clearly do get that joy out of watching other people do really well, and that's really exciting to see sort of people you want to do well. It's great. It's such a great feeling. You do run a lot of children's shows as well. You're taking yet
Yeah.
another children's show to the Edinburgh Festival this year. I mean, what is it that you get out? What's the joy that you get out of that with your children's shows?
Again, the last 3 years we've done Blue Badge Bunch, which is
Hmm.
disability awareness game show for. It was an adult show.
Mm.
On online, we had all sorts. Go check it out on the YouTube channel. But after lockdown, we went to a festival, and my friend went, "Can you make it children friendly?" And I'm like, "Why?" Because I've got 10 kids who want to come in. And I'm like, 5 minutes, 5 minutes before we started, the vibrators went out. The, the, the sex swing, I took that out, and it is a children's show now. But
Amazing.
I'm doing my first ever Blue Badge Bunch very soon, and let me tell you, I am scared. I have no idea how it's going to go. I mean, I'm very excited, but I've got no idea how it's going to go. But again, it's the Blue Badge Bunch shows. Sorry, I'm going to say that again so we get it clean for the podcast because it is a nightmare for me to say. You've booked me for a show that I can't fucking say, Benny. It's absolutely no way I'm going to do it. Blue Badge Bunch. It sort of again, it highlights disabled people and basically exposes them. Exposes children to disabled people, and that that we are here. This is our lives and things. Because again, some of it's been described to me as like disability taskmaster, right? And so but the tasks you do are things where it's puts the contestants into a position as if they had a disability, right?
Yeah.
So could you give us an example of some of the tasks you've set for people before?
So you've got to draw me with your feet. Why? Because there's a lot of some disabled people have no arms. And do you really think they sit at home doing nothing? No.
Yeah.
They drive, they're artists, they're welders, they chop wood, they fly planes, and they do all of this with their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool way to expose children to this. Where this is how people have to live, and actually they can do it because like I say a lot, we always tend to get this rhetoric of oh, disability, isn't it so sad? And actually, it's no, we can have happy and fulfilling lives. We don't just have to be miserable all the fucking time. And your show highlights that, which again is really, really important that you're showing people that you can live these happy and fulfilling lives.
We've had children come to the Edinburgh Fringe and go on to do acting. We had a child, a girl with cerebral palsy or something like that, and she's come twice now. She bought my Blue Badge Bunch book. She saw Fab Club, and she went, "Daddy, can we find Fab Club in our area? Because I want to be with my people." she came back the following year and went, I found Fab Club, and it's
Wow.
amazing. And I'm
Oh,
like,
mate, you're really special.
I've done my job. So,
You have. You're amazing, Benny.
Absolutely amazing what you do, and I think really it's the perfect place to end. I'm oddly emotional. It's
Yeah.
really emotional, this podcast, but I am.
We appreciate you, Benny.
The absolute legend that is Benny Shakes. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We appreciate it so, so much. Thank you to you for listening at home. You can get a ticket to see Benny's children's shows in Edinburgh, which is very exciting. Benny, what's your show in Edinburgh called this summer?
Slug-a-geddon at 2:15 at the Garden Room in the Pleasance.
In the Pleasance.
Nice.
So that market, the Slug-a-geddon, search for Slug-a-geddon and go to the Edinburgh Fringe website. You'll find all the stuff. That'd be really cool. I'm also going to Edinburgh Fringe with my new show, Tough, which we've announced, which is very exciting. Get a ticket for that. That'll be fun. And thank you so much for listening. Follow us all on social media. That would be great. We will see you again next time on the Queers On podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
This episode of the Queers On podcast was produced in association with Unmasked Neurodiversity Network, an incredible charity in Leeds aiming to provide unwavering support and guidance to individuals within the community. To donate or find out more, visit unmaskednn.co.uk.